Welcome back, nation, to another amazing and adventurous episode of Stand Up for News. We are stand-up comics, and we tell the news. I am Mac James, stand-up comedian, your host. This is my co-host, stand-up comedian, Robin Savage. Say hello to Robin Savage, and say hello, Robin.
Hello, everyone out there in Radio Land. It is awesome to be out here in the last Thursday of March.
Welcome back. She is a Best of the Bay winner for Ed Schmitz. Tonight she's going to have a performance over at Grindhouse in Clearwater, right? It's Clearwater?
Yep.
Also, our other co-host is here. Welcome back from the high seas, Captain Jim Marvin.
Ahoy, everybody out there on the airwaves from the ocean waves.
Ahoy.
Also, we have our co-host on the phone. I heard him say something there. Hey, welcome back, WrestleMania Stars. You haven't been on in a while. Welcome back. We missed you.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey.
All right, there she goes.
Well, the whistle is right here if you need it. Our other co-host, one of my best buddies, he's going to be hosting at Dave & Buster's for our first show, Monday, April 1st, comedy show with our headliner, Ants Rants. Manny Avila will be hosting. Say hello, Manny Avila.
Gesundheit. Thank you very much.
All right, that's the joke of the day whistle. All right, so our guest is stand-up comedian. Guy's been doing mics every time we're doing a mic. He comes around. He has signed up. I have him booked as a feature, correct? Yes. You didn't do your feature yet, did you?
No,
yeah, we got you in line, but it's alternating weeks compared to weekly, like the other room. So say hello, everyone, to Fisher King.
Hello.
What's up?
Hello. I'm glad you're excited to be back.
Yeah.
This is your second time on Stand Up for News, then?
Second time.
You weren't on Don's Miracle shows with us? Because we did the same type of thing there. So first, we'd like to ask you some stuff. Welcome to our show again. Oh, man. So I like to start out with a little interview, a short one, not a long one. Sometimes they get long, though, so we'll see what happens. Fisher King, when's the first time you started stand-up comedy? How long ago was that, and how did that set go, and also where was it?
Oh, my God, dude. It was Side Splitters.
That's where I started.
Yeah, I did. It was August 2nd, 2002, right during COVID.
I just want to know how many years because I don't like doing math.
2000. It's 2024. That was like 3 years ago or something.
Oh, okay.
2000.
It was the year 2000. I thought
years after Christ died.
Yeah.
No.
All right. It's okay. 3 years, and you've done some features and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Wait, he died?
How did that set go when you got up on stage the first time at Side Splitters?
Oh,
was it in the lobby room or big room?
Big room.
Oh.
It was horrible. But I was talking about crap in my pants and the fact that I cried when Toby died during reading Harry Potter.
Oh.
And a family had showed up at work, and I had to deal with them, and I was crying, and the dad was like, what, are you okay? And I was like, I just found out a friend died, because I was too embarrassed to tell him that I was crying over a fictional character.
How did you read it? Did you have the subtitles on or something?
Huh?
You read Harry Potter?
It was the book. It was when the book came out. That's how long ago it was.
Book?
Yeah, the book. Yeah, there was a series of books by J.K. Rowling, the transphobe.
Oh.
Yeah, she totally wrote some books and stuff, and they made some movies out of them.
Oh,
that's why Daniel Radcliffe.
You probably were into them when you were younger, right? Because you're a grown up, and that's like a little kid's thing, isn't it?
I think I was in a grown adult while I was reading it too. Yeah, it was.
He's still
I was in my
20s.
You're not a child anymore. Is my
20s.
point. You probably were.
No,
you were
man,
in your
I'm
20s?
definitely still a kid.
I'm messing with you, bud. I know there's a big following of that. I'm not.
Yeah.
I've never seen it or read it, even with the subtitles on, skipping through channels because I can't read. So that set didn't go great. I'm sorry about your friend passing away. That was good stuff.
Was it black magic or?
But Robin likes to have a prepared question for our guest, so she's gonna fire one at you.
Oh, no, I felt bad for my newest friend. He was a house elf. He was a good man.
Not to be a Debbie Downer, but my mom just died recently too, so that was a close friend and stuff that also died.
Did you also find that out in a book or?
No, honestly, she did write a letter. It was pretty sweet, you know. I really wasn't trying to be a Debbie Downer. I was just
what are you doing in my show, Fisher?
I'm explaining to you what the
This is Don's
definition
Miracle
of a
Story.
Debbie Downer is. We can.
My mom's name was Kim, not Debbie.
So, Fisher down, or let's try to move along. So, was your mom an inspiration to get you to do something that you dreamt about doing, or
Oh,
something?
yeah, dude,
What
she was
inspired you to
hysterical.
get on stage?
My
Was-
mom, like part of the stuff was airing out like a bunch of trauma as a child and stuff, and my mom was a big part of that. But we were great friends and stuff. There was just traumatic events that had happened in my life, and my mom is hysterical because she has no
Oh, I
filter.
was going to say, was she
She
funny?
was definitely on the spectrum and would say exactly what my mom threw hands. You know, she fought grown men. She fought anybody that ticked her off. Like one of my teachers boarded herself up in the classroom because my mom's going to whip her butt.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. She came at her. And
Wow.
anytime my mom showed up and stuff on school property, she would go to the class.
Active ticked off mom situation.
It
Wow.
was so embarrassing at the time. Now looking back, it's all like that was a bonding moment.
Oh man, that sounds like an awesome mom, man. I would, the feeling I would invoke would be empathy if I had feelings for your situation. I just use what was it? I call it AI responses. They're AIC responses because you know my philosophy. I've told you a bunch of times. But that reminds me, like, I wish I had a mom like that. My mom abandoned me when I was 11, so I didn't have a mom. You know, thanks for bringing it up, Fisher.
Now, I had a question for Fisher. Now, did your mom ever see you perform?
No, we talked about it. Well, she saw videos and
okay.
stuff. Like I did a set at Coconuts that was the whole. It was one of those
okay.
nights that
She
the
did
whole
see videos,
the whole
huh?
place was completely filled with like.
Oh,
I was in the
Comedian?
Navy, so we call these guys puddle hoppers.
Coast Guards?
Coast Guard.
Yeah,
There it is.
Coasties.
Yeah, trying to remember. It was just full of Coast Guardies, and I did this independent black woman routine that like killed it, and I've got it on video. It was one of the best. You know,
Send
she
me
got to
that.
see
Send me it.
And your
Thank you.
what did she like it?
Oh yeah. She was like,
Yeah.
I got your jokes. I never understand anything you say. And
My foster dad was a coastie. Yeah.
sorry,
That's all right. Yeah, he abused me and everything. Well, thanks
I
for
knew it
bringing
was
it
going to
up.
go somewhere.
Thanks for
I
bringing
knew
it
it was
up.
going to go bad.
No, he didn't. Dick Hoxman was a great foster dad. I was just a bad foster kid. All right, so Robin, you got any more questions? I didn't even get to ask it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I did. I asked him about his mother, but before.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Before that, who were like your inspirations when you were watching like TV as a kid? Who were you like, man, that guy's really funny?
Oh my God. Okay. So obviously Robin Williams.
Yeah.
You know, that was a big. And I watched all the old comedians and stuff when I was a kid too. Like I would stay up at night, or like all I did was watch TV. It was like a way to cope with stuff. And like I watched like tons of like George Carlin was my favorite. I saw him live in Jacksonville. He came when I was 18. I was scared to ask my dad for money to buy a ticket. And my dad was like, what do you need money for? And I was like, I want to go see George Carlin tonight. And he was like, oh, that's all you had to, how much is it? You know, like, heck yeah, I wish I could go.
Yeah.
Like, go have fun, you know? And it was like $20. And I ended up getting, evidently they save like front row seats and stuff like that to try to sell the thing out. And then they'll fill it up and sell them off. So we got it at cost. And I was looking for my seat, and it was like not in the center, but off to the right.
Wow.
So yeah, I was like literally like a couple of feet from a legend, you know.
That was
And
incredible.
especially of my childhood and stuff. Like Carlin was king, man.
Yeah.
Like him and Pryor are probably the greatest comedians that ever lived.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Outside of me, of course. I mean, I'm not right there. You know?
You gentlemen want to ask our guest a
And me.
question before we get to standing up for the news? Because the news just can't stand up for its own self. You know, it was born without any legs.
Yeah, Fisher, do you have any particular type of comedy that, a particular style of comedy that you like to do when you're on stage?
Storytelling. You know, I like to tell stories and like, you know, connect the jokes together into something silly. A lot of it is observational from being, you know, on the spectrum and stuff like that, like having some mental tics and twerks that
I got rid of cable
Yeah.
Spectrum's a riff up. It's like $189 in the 2 boxes.
I knew it.
They keep knocking on my door.
Yeah.
They're trying to give me like buy their Wi-Fi alone with
You
the
think I could
package is
sue
like
them?
$45. And like the other network, they're like $9.99. You know. Get off the Spectrum, bud. You'll be better off.
No, I'm not. It's I process things
You're
differently.
blowing away money. I'm
Like-
saying, just
No,
wasting
no.
dollars, throwing in the toilet.
Currently, I'm on like one of the best antidepressants and stuff that I've ever been on. Like I'm like so like straight lined right now. Where normally this would be like an existential crisis at this point and stuff.
Yeah, man, isn't
I mean,
weed
thinking about
great?
everything that I said.
I love you so. You know I love you. I'm always messing with you. My favorite stuff that you do. I don't know if it's your niche or if you just need me to let you know what you do. Is when you did the hat stuff. Any topical stuff you pulled out of the hat at Birdie's when we were there before they frigged us off. Remember?
Yeah.
Dude, you slayed that whole room. Just went on like conspiracy tangents about some of the stuff. It was really artful watching you master that. So I want to get to stand up for the news.
Yeah.
You guys, because the news can't stand up for its own self. It was born without any legs. It's in a wheelchair all the time. So we stand up for the news. If a bully tries shaking them down for lunch money, the news calls us and we go stick up against that bully. And they call us at 441-3000 right here, 727-441-3000. If you guys want to stand up for the news and call in too, you're welcome to. So I'm going to start out and then, you guys ready? Here's the big news. Sean Combs, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, now Diddy, has 3 sexual assault accusations, and yesterday his home was and his mansion and his manor there was raided by the FBI for investigation of sex trafficking. Diddy decided in response he would change his name, you guys, again, and now P. Diddy is known as G. Diddy. So now when his fans hear his accusations of sexual assault and having his home and a mansion and his manor raided by the FBI, they can just say, "Gee, Diddy." G. Diddy Manor is on lockdown, y'all. And if only he had any manners in the first place, he wouldn't sexually assault or traffic sex in the first place, right? Page 2. Be on the lookout for P. Diddy's next new single called "Bad Boys for Life" behind bars. Life behind bars. You won't want to miss his other single. You guys, called "Shake Your Jail Feathers." You want to shake your jail feathers for Ice Pick, your new celly. Get it? Shake your tail. Okay. Ice Pick will also be telling Diddy his own lyrics when it's lights out in the cell block. Just reach, stretch, and breathe, Diddy. His new nickname in prison will also be tribute to his other hit, "Peaches and Cream." All right, Mom.
James, he taught you to write such long jokes. Who did you learn that
The
from?
difference between my teacher and myself, though, is mine hit.
Okay, to follow up on that real quick, I have a follow up on that. I don't know if you guys saw his kids got arrested during the raid. If you guys, yeah, his 2 kids. And when interviewed, one of them, well, this is so bad. When interviewed, one of his sons says, "Why am I in handcuffs? Why don't you cuff Daddy?"
That's dope. Good job.
That made my heart smile.
Breaking news in. Robin, fire when ready.
Pornhub was shut down in Texas after a court of appeals said the site had to comply with a state law requiring age verification. So now with no porn in the state of Texas, citizens have to figure out other things they can label as everything is big in Texas.
What is the age limit? What?
I think
For
you
the
have
thing
to be
That
18.
I've never heard you say
But
the word.
there's no way, I guess, to verify it. So
It's not
Texas
21?
was just like, or no, Pornhub was just like, you're not even trying Texas, and it stopped. It just
Has
got out
anyone
of
ever said the
Texas.
truth when it was like, "Are you over 18?" when you were young or anything? I was like, yes.
So our superstar, our megastar, our man out in Lakeland, Stanford News correspondent, co-host, founder, Old School G, Russell X Mania. What's news out there? You got some news to stand up for?
Yes, I do. I want to do a little follow up. They also banned OnlyFans in Texas, so I'm gonna lose some fans apparently. Oh well, we can deal with it.
Well, they do say all they got there in Texas is steers and queers.
Yeah.
Yeah, not both. Anywho,
Jim can still pay you via Venmo. It's fine.
yeah. I still take Cash App and Venmo. Those are my pronouns of choice.
I got you covered, Russell.
That's it.
Continue.
Okay. Yeah, continue. Richard Simmons sent out a message last week on Facebook saying that he is not dead, but he will be dying soon. And please do not be sad. Our investigative reporter, Tick McHayoff, got onto the story, and it turns out it was a press release from Pauly Shore. Promoting his new movie.
When he is dead, he'll still have a cool little, I guess you'd say DVD now or Blu-ray. It's called Sweating to the Coldy.
That's Sweating to the Coldies.
Sweating to the Moldies. I don't remember. That's great. So, Captain Jim, did you bring any news to stand up for as well?
Lots of news in the news, James. On Wednesday, 82-year-old former senator and vice presidential candidate Joe Lieberman died from undisclosed injuries after sustaining a fall. While President Biden offered his condolences to Lieberman's family, Biden's campaign manager said the news proves that President Biden isn't too old to be president, since he has survived way more falls than that. Is that going to be their campaign slogan this year, this fall? Fall for Biden?
This fall.
Is that really a campaign strategy?
Fall for falling for Biden. I think we accidentally skipped Fisher there. It's your turn, Fisher. Sorry.
Okay.
Did you have something to contribute to that, Mom?
Oh, I was just going to say, I did hear that Lieberman died, and he is grieved by his family and his pet named Alf, who is the alien. I always saw he looked like the Alf dad, didn't you guys?
Oh man, I miss Alf.
What was Alf's dad's name? Not his dad, but the dad.
He just looked like him, and he kind of.
It's on the tip of my tongue. But anyway, go ahead. Stand up for some news there.
Ooh.
Yeah, so just Norwegians are facing a shortage of Easter eggs after and are hoarding them from the neighbors in Sweden, which it sounds like a modern day Viking Holocaust. You know what I mean? I love it. It's like AMC is going to be on this next.
Where be your Easter eggs? We've hidden them. You'll never find them. I found some under the couch, Captain.
The fact that the Norwegians are kind of just storming Sweden right now and stuff and going, "You got any eggs, man?"
That's what they're doing in Alabama with them frozen eggs right now.
That's funny.
Yeah, those are considered children.
I
now.
wasn't gonna write a joke about that, but I mean, it's serious. These Norwegians need their eggs, like no yolk.
So many of you.
All right, well, let's see.
What'd you write over there at Starbucks
Let's see.
while you were waiting for us to
A
pick you up?
Texas man is facing felony charges for trying to sneak on board a flight by taking a photo of another female passenger's boarding pass.
Oh, I heard
Yeah.
Ah.
Because it was Texas,
Clever.
he's only facing charges of trying to identify as a woman.
That's good, man.
Oh man, the Maryland Bridge collapsed. You guys, Francis Scott Key Bridge, named for the writer of the Star Spangled Banner. That's our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner, right, Mom? Yeah, hit by a container barge. It crashed right into it, I guess. The rescue searchers are still out there underway looking for people. The ghost of Francis Scott Key gave Weird Al permission to do a parody of his Star Spangled Banner, our national anthem, Mom.
Mhm.
Did you know that? Oh, yeah. This is one that you won't have to take a knee for either, by the way. Be on the lookout for Weird Al's new single, The Car's Mangled Splatter.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, say, can you see? There's a barge coming right directly at the bridge. I sure hope it turns away.
Well, we're all uncomfortable.
That's the end of the song. We didn't get to finish the song because the barge hit the thing. Otherwise, there'd probably be more lyrics. Get it, Mom?
I do, and our friend Jim is a Maryland native.
Well, you didn't let me finish my joke, Jim.
Now, I liked this song. I like the chorus of the song, but can you do the bridge?
That was quick.
Next time, Jim should let me finish
You're
what I was
on
doing
fire
before he
today,
starts
man.
singing.
I feel like I'm
He did that in the car too. He said the exact lyrics I wrote for a parody song at the same time as I said them, but I wrote them like days ago. It was crazy.
It was pretty obvious.
Get out of my head, Captain Jim.
Captain or pirate, Jim? Which one is it? Silly
Pirate radio.
Okay, a man was arrested in New York City after allegedly punching women in the face. Yeah, Stand Up for News lunatic
Jim.
crime reporter
Manny.
reached out to the assailant, and the assailant told the reporter, I've never owned a car, so I thought I would just make up my own version of Slug Bug.
Oh, wow.
Punch Buggy. I don't know.
That would bug me. Yeah.
Mom, I don't want to play this game anymore.
His other comment to Stand Up for News reporter Robin Savage was, I told her, what is it, the joke when he gave her 2 black eyes?
Oh.
Don't make me tell you to. I don't know. Go ahead, Fisher. It's your turn, Fisher.
I actually
Hello?
don't have anything else.
Oh, it's your turn, Russell.
All right. Is it me?
Yeah, let me just say that Fisher is filling in for a cancellation that got swapped with his other night. He didn't mind filling in because the other guy got confused with the night he was supposed to be on, which was switched with another guest. So be on the lookout for Jacoby English and comedian Jimmy Mack in the next couple of weeks instead of Fisher, who is going to be here in probably 4 weeks from now. So Fisher, thanks for being here and filling in, bud. We understand you didn't have time to cram. You got one?
Puxatawny Phil
Yeah,
got lucky.
that's right.
The spring predicting groundhog made famous by Groundhog's Day is the parent of 2 babies. He's got a wife named Phyllis too.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that cute?
Phyllis?
Yeah, it's like syphilis.
It also means he has a more interesting love life than Captain Jim.
Any
2 kids and a wife. I mean,
You think he could have got syphilis?
Captain Jim or the
groundhog. The
Yeah,
groundhog.
to have sex to get syphilis.
You got it.
So
Ms.,
Puxatawny Phil.
Russell X Mania. Fire when
There we
ready,
go.
sir.
Okay. Just going to make a quick comment. Did you know that The Simpsons predicted that bridge collapsing on the same day
What?
years ago? It's another Simpsons prediction. They must have a freaking portal into something. Anyway.
What was the
This
pilot of the boat's last words? Or the captain of the boat's last words? Go!
Yeah. Yeah,
It's too
that
soon?
could be
Is
it.
it too soon?
He thought, no, it's not. He thought the bridge was a big donut. Anyway,
I feel terrible for what happened. You know,
this
but
is
we have to
breaking
stand for the
news.
We do.
We have 2 breaking news about restaurants in the areas. McDonald's is now going to sell Krispy Kreme donuts in every location. Not that I'm already fat enough. Okay. So, they're going to provide insulin shots at breakfast time now. And Subway is now selling their sub sauce in stores. It's right now available at the Walmart. The bad news is, though, the sauce came from Jared.
They got him in the kitchen now there? He's probably on good behavior. He must be on good behavior.
Yeah. He's
Privileges.
not a milk machine.
All right. So we're going to take a break from doing standing up for the current news, and we're going to get right into a segment. Hey, Fisher, you ever see that show, Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good, because we have a segment. It's a little game show that we have, and it's called Where in the World is Captain Jim Seaman? And we like to sing it all together. Ready? Where in the world is Captain Jim Seaman?
Steven. I'm just stuck on Steven.
It may be the other way around there too, Russell. All right. Thank you very much, James. Okay, in case you haven't played this one before with us, Fisher, or those of you listening on the air, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a geographic quiz about a news event that took place somewhere around the world that has been reported to be my seamen, the professional sailors that I sail with, not the other type that we had that discussion.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know either. I don't know why there's any confusion about this. But the sailors I sail with, my seamen, and what they've told me, and you guess where the story took place. And if you are the winner, you receive an exciting prize from the WTAN prize chest. All right, is everybody ready to play?
Yeah.
All right, first question.
You ready, Juan? You in there? Say hello, Juan. Our producer back again, second week being with us. Go ahead. Say hello.
Hey.
Nice show.
Awesome, man. He's our connection.
He's talking about the show he's watching in there.
He takes care of us in there. Oh, what are you watching, Friends?
Netflix.
I wish Ross and Rachel could get back together somehow. Okay, first question. My seamen are in South Asia and tell me that 2 pilots fell asleep aboard a plane carrying 150 passengers on a domestic flight in this country. Are my seamen in A, Indonesia, B, the Philippines, or C, Malaysia? James?
A.
All right, Robin?
I feel like Malaysia doesn't have a good track record with flights, so I'm going to go with Malaysia.
All right. And Fisher?
Well, she took my answer.
You can pick a same
It's
answer.
okay. It's okay.
So it's not.
No, I'm gonna go with Vietnam.
Okay, that's not a choice, but we'll give that to you
to make
anyway.
a different answer than her, and it has to be one of the
I'll
options.
take Nigeria.
Malaysia. I'm basically saying
North or
Malaysia.
okay.
All right, that sounds good. Juan, are you Russell? Are you playing?
I'd say C. I'm just picking the letter. I don't care what.
That sounds fine. Juan, are you playing?
Yeah, B.
Okay, and Manny.
I'm gonna go with my Spanish brother in here and go B as well.
All right,
Bet.
my seamen are in fact in A, Indonesia. James got that one.
I'm reigning champion.
Yeah,
I'm
this
going to
is
win
a
this
setup.
one in your
Yeah, I know.
faces.
2 pilots of an Indonesian
right?
airline have come under fire
Way to
after
go, we
incidents reported
Way to go.
revealed that they both fell asleep during a January flight with more than 150 people on board. The pilots were unreachable for roughly half an hour, waking to find that the plane had veered off course. Before falling asleep, passengers report the pilot made an announcement saying, quote, "Ladies and gentlemen, we reached our cruising altitude of 30,000 feet. We should be a little, ahead of schedule to Jakarta. Please keep your seatbelts fastened. And in case we experience, no, honey, not tonight. I've had too much to drink." Okay, that puts James ahead 1-2. Nobody else. All right, way to go, James. Okay, next.
Yes.
My seamen are still in Southeast Asia and tell me that video released recently by a social media account with a China media group shows the Chinese Coast Guard vessels using water cannons to block a Filipino boat from this body of water where the 2 nations have overlapping claims. Are my seamen in A, the Gulf of Tonkin, B, the Sulu Sea, or C, the South China Sea? James?
B.
Robin?
I think they'd be talking about some talking.
Everybody's talking at me.
Talking about talking.
Fisher?
Gulf of what is it?
Mexico.
Gulf of Tonkin, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't. Wait, Russ. I'm sorry.
Russell?
I'm going to go with B.
All right. Juan?
I'm going with A.
Okay, Juan, don't let me down this time. This is the last time. I'm gonna go with A one more time.
Okay. And my seamen are, in fact, in C, the South China Sea. Nobody got
man.
that one.
Fired,
Yes.
Juan. Get out of here, Juan. You're fired.
That didn't sound like a real thing. I didn't know if that was a real thing.
The Coast Guard vessels
South China Sea.
used high-pressure water cannons to block a Filipino boat from access in the South China Sea, where there is a lot of dispute over that territory. But you know what? As a captain, it doesn't sound right to me to give an order to fire the water cannons, soak them to the water line. Captain, the water line's already wet. All right, so we got James at 1 right now. All right, let's bring it all back home here. My seamen are in northern. Well, actually, this is not home. My seamen are in northern Europe and report that the same vessel that hit the Francis Scott Key Bridge on Tuesday in Baltimore, destroying it and sending people and vehicles tumbling in the water, was also involved in a collision in 2016 while leaving this European port city. Are my seamen in A, Antwerp, Belgium, B, Rotterdam in the Netherlands, or C, Bremerhaven, Germany? James.
B. Netherlands.
All right.
Damn.
It's because
Robin?
Yeah, I'm going to say
care
Rotterdam.
why.
I feel like it's in the title.
Fisher?
I ain't gonna lie, man. I disassociated a little bit and stuff. What'd you say?
Yeah, we don't have time to repeat. Just pick a letter.
Okay, B.
Okay. Russell?
C.
All right. And
Juan, this is your last chance. I swear to God.
C.
You both
Okay,
going C?
and-
See.
Okay.
Okay.
That means yes.
My seamen are in fact in Antwerp, Belgium.
Well, I'm done.
The same vessel that hit the Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge on Tuesday, the Dade, was also involved in a collision while leaving the port of Antwerp, Belgium, en route to Bremerhaven. As it did so, its bow reportedly swung around, causing the stern to scrape the side of the quay wall, doing significant damage several meters of the hull. My seamen were shocked by the news of the bridge collapse, and after seeing pictures of the wreckage, told me it was the most surreal creation they've seen by a Dali since Salvador Dali was alive. Well, that's 1-0 here. Everybody would have a hard time catching up here. So the winner of our exciting WTAN News Prize is Mr. Mac James again.
Yeah.
And you get
Coincidentally, the host who rides with you every week happens to have the all right answers.
you get a magnetic campaign sticker from some unknown candidate here in Clearwater, who we're not even sure. The election's probably
That's my
behind
magnet
us.
now, bud.
So it's pretty
I'm
much
jealous.
pretty much like every other
I know
politician.
exactly what I'm
We
going to
know.
do with
We don't
this,
care
you
what-
guys.
Wow. Speaking
I
on
got
the
Oh,
No,
hey.
something different. All right, well, we're going to get back to standing up for the news. Manny, it was actually since
Okay, I'll go in.
it's Manny's turn, since
All right,
you just did a segment, Jim.
all right. So
You
Dan,
just did a whole segment. Well, it was my turn, dang it.
Sorry.
I want to talk for 3 more minutes.
So have you guys heard about the whole Nickelodeon thing? Dan Snyder?
Yeah.
So Dan
sort of.
Snyder, the disgraced Nickelodeon producer, is facing allegations of having an inappropriate foot fetish and having young stars on his shows engage in scenes that involve feet.
Yeah.
His lawyer released a statement saying, "My client always wanted kids to have fun and put their best foot forward." And then when told that he must stay 500 feet away from children, he got awfully excited at the prospect of 500 feet.
Well, you know what I always say, right, Manny? They're lucky I don't have a foot fetish. I'm into the metric system.
I think that's a man you don't want to kick while he's down because he might enjoy it.
Oh, man. This happened last week, you guys. A vape warehouse explosion launches canisters in Clinton, Michigan, over a mile away. One striking a 19-year-old boy and killing the teenager doing so. His mom told him vaping was bad for him, you guys. Lesson of the day, Robin, moms are always right.
Yeah, they are.
Vapes can kill.
Vapes kill it's proven now.
I like the moral of that one, James. Very
You're
good.
welcome.
Okay, so Donald Trump is selling God Bless the U.S. Bibles for $59.99. And if you act now, he'll throw in a free tote bag to store your gold-plated shoes, your red hat, and a My Pillow from his friend Mike, who got evicted from his warehouse recently.
Apparently, the Bible also features passages from Trump's other favorite book, Mein Kampf.
Oh.
Which, by the way, are the
Donald
only
Trump
two
isn't that
books that
bad.
have
Come
more
on.
words than Captain Jim's jokes.
Jim hates Trump so much. Jim refuses to even eat oranges.
I'm done with them. No
Where
more.
do you even get your vitamin C? Even the little packets of powder.
I drink ocean water to get vitamin C, okay?
Psycho. He's not. Come on. I'm not a fan of the guy either, but Jiminy Crickets. All right, Russell X stars. Russell, the superstars.
Okay, I'm gonna piggyback off this Trump thing because I was so I'm pleased to announce that I've been inspired by Donald Trump selling these Bibles for $60. I've decided to sell my book, How to Satisfy a Woman in Bed, for only $20. I figure I know just as much about that subject as he does about the Bible, but the big difference is I would be able to be sold in New York and be on the New York Times bestseller list.
You're going to sell twice as many as him. Which would be like 6.
That would be 3.
6 or 7? Oh, yeah.
6 or 7. I don't know.
All right.
Gotta
Don't
raise that bond money.
Yeah, that's enough. Don't be shy, Fisher. Go ahead and start standing up for the news now. I see you over there itching away to tell one.
I don't know. I was just disassociating again. Firefighters
Just
in
a
New
rash.
Jersey come to the rescue of a yellow Labrador stuck in a spare tire, and I just got to say that the picture's pretty cute. Yeah.
You
It's
think he
all.
was chasing the tire?
Yeah.
They finally caught it and regretted every moment of it.
Doggone it. Kevin's a good boy. All right. Captain Jim. Oh, you got it?
Oh, I was just going to say, I bet that's the last time he retrieves a wheel.
Golden retrieves a wheel.
Nice one.
I see we're into wordplay.
Definitely. Housing and Urban Development Secretary Marcia Fudge announced Monday that she would resign her post, but did not give a reason for her resignation, saying only that she planned to, quote, transition to private life. The White House hailed Fudge's dedication to increasing the supply of affordable housing and protect the housing needs of some of the country's most vulnerable residents. One of those residents is former child actor Peter Billingsley, who fell on hard times after portraying Ralphie in A Christmas Story and relies on assistance from HUD to afford his modest apartment. When informed of the announcement, Billingsley told Stand Up for News, quote, "Oh, fudge." Only I didn't say fudge. I said the word, the big one, the word every guest comic on Stand Up for News lets thoughtlessly slip from their tongues. It was all over. I was dead. What would it be? The guillotine? An FCC fine? Being torn to shreds by Scrappy? Mere child's play compared to what Mac James had waiting for me.
Well, guys, we're out of time. So
Come on, man. All right, Manny Avila.
My joke seems so concise
I
now.
hope it's a lot shorter.
Let's hear.
Clock's ticking. I got a whole stack of
let's
cards
see.
in my hand. Whoa.
Dollar Tree. I don't know if you guys heard this. Dollar Tree is closing 600 Family Dollar stores in the U.S. Yep. Which means starting this year, my house will be the only place where minorities get upset at me for stealing their things.
I thought they were just downsizing. They were going to be changing their name to Dollar Shrub. All right. Last week, Kamala Harris becomes the first vice president ever to visit Planned Parenthood provider abortion clinic. Did you guys hear about that? Yeah, I swear I pulled out, Kamala. I'm not paying for another operation, dang it. Call me, girl.
Okay, milk from dairy cows in Texas and Kansas tested positive for bird flu. So officials in Texas verified the virus was type A HFNI strain. One Texas official told Stand Up for News animal sickness reporter, I suspect that most of those cows affected are liberals. They're saying they're cows, but they're identifying as birds. It just ain't right.
Because they took away their Pornhub.
They're going crazy.
They had an outlet somewhere.
A trapped horse in Georgia was hoisted from an abandoned swimming pool yesterday. You guys hear about that? I guess it was the horse was trapped there for days. No one wants to see Sarah Jessica Parker go skinny dipping anyway, right? Hey, can't you read
Certainly
the
not
sign,
me.
Sarah? It says no horseplay in the pool.
She must have the bird flu.
Giddy up. Russell X stars, superstars.
Superstars.
Fire one off.
Jimmy Kimmel
Ooh.
has the lowest rated TV show ever in history.
What?
I mean, yes. It's so low that reruns of Morgan Mindy at Night are beating him. ABC is talking about moving him to the CW.
A fate worse than death.
Pretty much.
An Easter egg hunt in a Michigan elementary school went horribly wrong when a fight over the placement of the eggs led to a stabbing, authorities said. Reportedly, a man produced a knife and attacked another man who attempted to place his eggs under his wife's bush. She had a lovely gardenia planted out in front of the school. What'd you think I meant, Manny?
I don't know. You know, eggs are huevos in Spanish. I thought it was the huevo. All right, let's see here. Scientists at Yale. Okay, this is not a funny joke, but scientists at Yale taught monkeys to play a modified version of rock, paper, scissors.
Oh.
It's modified because it's more of a game of throw, fling, and feces. There you go. I got a smile. I associate it. I brought him back to reality.
Rats in New Orleans police headquarters are getting baked off seized marijuana from the evidence room, you guys. And the old dilapidated New Orleans Police Department headquarters is falling apart. It's funny. The police chief demands a new building, and he's been asking one for a while. So I guess that the rats say being an informant, it's got its benefits. First of all, so I guess that building is basically a literal pig pen. And it's a rat's nest at the same time. Okay, I tried. Did you guys know I used to be a professor before I was a stand-up comedian, Mom, at a university? Did I tell you about that, Russell? I was a professor at a very specific kind of college. It was like a trade school. It's called Booby University. Yes. I was a professor, and I made sure all my students had D's.
Double D's.
One of my
You can't get
cats.
double D's. You can get a D plus or a D minus. I'm talking about grades,
I
man.
had a D in math and English. That's a double D. Okay.
Show.
Well, in that case, I taught 3 classes in triple D. Mom, fire one ready.
4 astronauts from 4 different countries returned to the Earth after 6 months in orbit. One was from the United States, one was from Denmark, one was from Japan, and the other one was from Russia. They plan to relive their story in a new sitcom called The Good Space.
Oh my!
Oh my goodness gracious. Let's see. I guess you got a movie review you wanted to do, Russell?
Yes, this is the big gay movie review.
Hey.
How gay is it?
Hey,
Stand up for gay news correspondent Russell. How gay is this? What movie is it?
it's the remake of Roadhouse.
Oh, okay.
That already sounds gay.
The first one, it was really gay. And we love Patrick Swayze in his little butt, but that was nice. But my heart really, really belonged to Sam Elliott with that movie. But anyway, this one it's actually a better made movie than the first one in terms of character development and all that. And let me tell you something right now. If Jake Gyllenhaal does not get nominated for Best Special Effects for that bod, there is no justice. It's Body by Jake. Oh my God. I was like, girl, look at that.
Who's the bubble boy now?
I'd be lost in that bubble, let me tell you.
Would you blow that bubble? Which one is that?
Blow it and pop it. That's what I do. Anyway, I'm trying to, because I got this written out. I have to edit it because I'm used to being on a podcast where I can say what I want. But anyway, the movie is honestly, with Jake in it, is pure Viagra. Okay, if you are a gay dude and you're having problems with concentration and getting the blood flow in the right areas, just pop this sucker in there. You will be fine. You don't even need the sound. You don't even need the sound for that one.
Do they make anti-Viagra? Because I need one of those after that movie review, Russell.
How was
okay.
How was Conor
Right,
McGregor in the movie?
Conor McGregor is actually good. He's good in this movie. He's got a future in movies, and I really didn't see anything past Jake, Body by Jake. But anyway, that was it, everything. And
now that the clock's ticking away,
off the radio, real quick. I got to show you another movie with Jake Gyllenhaal called Brokeback Mountain.
It's just awesome.
I'll let you know.
It was greatly erected. Greatly directed. There it is. I'm done. I give it 3 things up.
We don't even know what those things
are.
All right, we got to move on to another segment called Laughs from the Past, History and News, you guys. So I hope everybody's prepared some history and news. Today in 1930, Constantinople is renamed Istanbul. You guys remember that song, They Might Be Giants? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what it's about. Remember that? Oh, yeah. I thought it was named after that bailiff from Night Court after he bought a tanning bed. Istanbul. Istanbul.
This day in history, 1920, a Palm Sunday tornado outbreak in which 37 tornadoes swept across the Deep South and the Midwest, causing lots of life, property, and the world's worst Easter egg hunt in history.
Even worse than the one in Michigan.
Even worse than that one.
Fisher King, you got any laughs from the past?
Just on my Facebook timeline.
WrestleMania stars, you got any laughs from the past?
Yes, I do. In history of this day, 1946, Juan Perez was elected president of Argentina. When he won, he said, "Don't cry for me, Argentina. My life is about to become a musical on Broadway."
They must have said, "Ole!" This week in 1945, Germany launches the last of its V-2 rockets against England after realizing it should have been using the 8th version of its rockets. Air Force General Hermann Goering was reported to have said, quote, "I should have had on V8."
All right. Today in history, in 1979, at 4 o'clock a.m., an automatic valve mistakenly closed at the 3 Mile Island nuclear power plant, causing the causing the nastiest radioactive leakage since Captain Jim's colonoscopy.
They evacuated for 20 miles around me.
Oh my goodness. All right, now it's time for curveballs. I wrote a curveball for everybody. I know you guys don't love this, but I'm going to tell you the setup. You got to think of a funny thing to say. First one, Manny Avila in Rockford, Illinois. 4 found dead and 7 injured in a stabbing rampage that happened today. This guy or girl, I don't remember, just went around stabbing people in Rockford, Illinois on a rampage. 4 are dead. What do you think?
I think he just wanted to take a stab at it. You know, I think he looked at it and
see if he can cut it.
You can't bring a knife to a gunfight.
Slasher. All right, I got another one here. This one is going to be for Robin.
Your favorite.
Do you want me to save you for last?
Dead children.
Okay, curveball for Jim. Let me do Jim's. Jim. A 19-year-old West Point cadet dies on spring break in Florida from an apparent drowning, and it's so sad.
Yeah, if he was going to the Naval Academy, that never would have happened.
I wrote this. West Point doesn't seem too sharp to me. I'm sorry, you guys. It's too soon. And now for Mom's curveball. Robin, you ready?
Yeah, I am.
In Palm Harbor, Florida, Ian Bender is charged with 7 counts of aggravated animal abuse when the SPCA received a plastic storage bin and suitcase containing 5 dead cats and 2 cats in extremely poor condition. Only
gave her the cat joke?
Only one of those cats survived, and the other 6 kittens, all under 18 months, died of a horrible malnutrition and sickness, abuse, and neglect. When arrested and questioned, Ian said he was watching the cats for a friend as a favor, and he didn't want to watch the cats anymore after a week of them in his care. Mom?
Well, you should never leave your animals in charge with someone of the last name Bend-Her.
I say, what a catastrophe.
I wrote this, Mom. I wrote this. I don't think Ian knows the definition of a favor.
What? I thought you wanted him this way.
Yes,
That's how I
How
found
dare
it.
you give Robin the cat?
I mean, cats are pretty flexible, but
That turns out.
Well, I want to tell one story here real quick. Chad Wheeler, ex-NFL lineman, gets 7 years in prison in his sentencing for his vicious attack on his girlfriend for choking and beating her severely. Looks like he'll be the one now with being choked by a man's large hands for once in a while. Because he'll be in prison. He said he's going to have to change his position to wide receiver, too. From lineman to wide receiver.
Or tight end.
It won't be a tight end for a while. It'll be the loose end after Ice Pick gets done with him. Mom?
Oh, okay. A hot air balloon crashed along a Minnesota highway when it blew into a power line. No one on the balloon was seriously injured, but they are blaming the Biden administration, saying it just can't get a handle on inflation in the United States.
Russell?
What? No, I'm pretty well done. I thought we were getting.
I'll take your turn then. A turkey smashes through a driver's windshield. Russell, you didn't read this one in the news? And it ends up in the seat next to the driver. And then they were both unharmed, and he drove around and got the turkey home safely. But after a while, he got tired. Yeah, so the turkey actually took the wheel for the rest of the trip. That's one drive turkey.
Scientists witnessed sperm whales forming a circle and blasting a big dark bubble of poop to prevent an impending orchid attack off the southern coast of West Australia. In a strategy called defense defecation, they described seeing a cloud of diarrhea permeate the water. And this rarely seen defense mechanism seemed to help the sperm whale pod escape what could have been a fatal attack by at least 30 killer whales. The discovery adds a new level of understanding about sperm whales that we never had before, that when sperm whales poop, they are pooping in circles for self-defense.
Wow. So much sperm
I do all the time.
in that sentence.
You got Russell on
Reminds me of your browser history.
You're right. Russell's forgotten about Jake Gyllenhaal. He's looking up Moby Dick now.
If I'm ever
Been there, done that.
if I'm ever attacked, and I just want you guys, if I'm ever attacked and I crap myself, it was in self-defense.
Sure, Fisher.
Uh-huh.
Well, you're not being attacked right now, so I don't understand.
I don't know why it smells like that in here.
All right.
I can smell it from the radio.
A dangerous blizzard pounds California with 10 feet of snow drifts from the 90-mile-per-hour winds blowing. Manny got brain freeze from snorting it. Manny just heard the keywords 10 pounds, snow, and blow. He didn't hear the dangerous part, though, Mom.
Deny the
Drugs are
dangerous
bad,
part.
Manny. All right. Well, we got, 2.5 minutes left. Mom, you got one you want to fire out? Rapid fire it?
Four senators fought Big Pharma, resulting in asthma inhalers being capped at $35. Now, parents can rest assured when they send their children to school to get beat up for having an inhaler.
Here, I wrote one just for our guest. You get to read that one,
Good
bud.
luck.
Don't read it first. Just say the words as you.
No, man, you're trying to. I have to prepare myself to read your
Oh,
handwriting.
yeah, no, for sure.
So
There's not
today is National Something on a Stick Day. I'm not sure whether or not that means Leafs.
What a way to end the show. Best joke of the night.
How did I spell Leafs? Like Maple Leafs.
I don't know how you spell any
You're
of
supposed to leaves. All right, it leaves me alone, you guys. About my
You
handwriting.
said Leafs.
I know you
wasn't
said it
leaves.
right. All right, well, it is National Something on a Stick Day. So speaking of sticks, here's one in the mud for us. Go ahead, Jim. Finish off with a big one.
Yes.
As long as you can tell it.
For the first time in
Save
history,
room for the song, though.
For the first time in history, world timekeepers said they may have to consider subtracting a second from our clocks because the planet is rotating faster than it used to. Clocks may have to skip in a second what is called a negative leap second. Everyone else said, fine, whatever it is to end this year 1 second quicker.
Oh, man. Florida, a 73-year-old man was lured into a severe beating and robbery by the lady that he thought he was going on a very romantic date with. She was being charged with abuse and perpetration of robbery and beating and assault of a senior citizen, you guys. He was hospitalized and said he was planning on asking her to punch him in the junk anyway later. Don't worry, though, everyone. Captain Jim recovered just fine, didn't you, bud?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah, so that's the end of our show, you guys. Stand up for news. Stand up for news. We'll stand up for you. Sing. Stand up to Russell. Stand down.
WTAN, Clearwater,
FM 106.1,
WDCF, Dade City.
FM 102.3.
Listen.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. The operation to clear debris from Baltimore's collapsed Francis Scott Key Bridge is underway. CBS's Wendy Gillette.
The Biden administration has approved $60 million in emergency funds to rebuild the Francis Scott Key Bridge. But first, all of the debris must be removed. A complicated operation, according to Coast Guard Rear Admiral Shannon Gilreath.
Before we can actually engage in lifting, we've got to complete the assessment process of the bridge and the pieces of the bridge are in the water.
Governor Wes Moore says the Port of Baltimore needs to reopen as soon as possible.
This is not just about Maryland. This is about the nation's economy.
4 workers remain missing and are presumed dead. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
A fundraiser begins this hour for President Biden in New York City that also stars Barack Obama and Bill Clinton. It has raised $25